committee members who are the backbone of the organization. As we install our new president, our returning faithful treasurer, and new secretary, let us assess what we have accomplished in the last 2 years of the East Brunswick AARP Chapter 4855. Food drives, scholarships, coupons sent to veterans overseas, collection of can tops for Ronald McDonald's, a monthly donation to the St. Jude Society, baby items, several trips to Trenton, bingo with the vets, and wonderful speakers on relevant and timely topics. Today is also a time for all members to renew his or her support, resolve to carry out the future goals and purposes of the chapter, to serve, not to be served. At this time, I would also like to thank Penny Moore for her past leadership as president, and for Lee Bush, our faithful secretary. Luckily, Lee has agreed to remain an active member at large. Due to health reasons, Mary Stevens will no longer head up the legislative committee, but hopes to attend general meetings. And Ann Chinaris was elected to serve as vice president. However, due to health reasons, she could not be here this afternoon. And thank you to the 12 committee members, heads who have worked so hard and who have again been the backbone of the organization. Billy Fuchs, Frank Guardioso, and Gary Petrie, please come forward and be installed in their respective position as president, treasurer, and secretary.
Hilly, Frank, and Gary, please state your name and the position to which you have been elected.
Billy Fuchs, President.
Frank Guardioso, Treasurer.
Gary Petrie, Secretary.
You have spent the past 2 years in unselfish dedication to this chapter and to AARP. You have volunteered many hours attending meetings, filing reports, keeping records, and performing the many, many tasks, large and small, that have resulted in stretching this chapter. From your chapter members, the state office, and the National Association, many, many thanks. At this time, it is our pleasure to install you to the office to which you have been elected. Please raise your right hand and state your name and position that you were elected to.
Billy Fuchs, President.
Frank Guardioso, Treasurer.
Gary Petrie, Secretary.
I have read your oath, and at the end, I will ask that if you accept the conditions of the oath, that you respond by saying, I do. I will be. I sincerely declare that I am willing to accept the place of service for which I have been selected. I further declare that I will, to the best of my ability, perform the duties pertaining thereto. I will comply with the bylaws, rules, and regulations of AARP and this chapter. I will, at all times and on all occasions, earnestly endeavor to promote with dignity all worthy causes being promoted by this chapter and AARP. And I will never use my office for personal promotion or material gain. I shall give myself in unselfish service to this chapter and its members as the need becomes evident and as my ability and opportunity permits. If you accept this post, please respond by saying, "I will."
I will.
In our capacity as co-presidents of AARP, it is our privilege to declare that each of you is here and now duly installed in your office.
I'd just like to say I really appreciate your confidence and trust in me in moving forward to try to lead you in the right direction. I'll try my best over the next 2 years to do as good a job as I can in terms of representing your interests and desires. And I have some comments I'd like to make a little bit later, but the first thing I'd like to do is to recognize the efforts of Keith and Dorothy as our co-presidents this past 2 years. We have a plaque to give to them. It's a beautiful plaque. It reads, "Presented to Dorothy Gavitt and Keith Gavitt for their outstanding leadership, dedication, and performance as co-presidents of the East Brunswick AARP Chapter 4855, 2013 through 2015.
Thank you so much. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have really enjoyed being your co-presidents for the past 2 years. We've made so many new friends, we've learned so much, and that's one of the few downsides of us moving south. South of Toms River. I mean, it's not really south, but to us it is, and we will miss you all. But you'll see us from time to time.
Where did you move to? Brooklyn, New York. Here's what we're going to do. Do you remember your first phone number growing up? Your childhood phone number? No. Do you remember? Here's what I want you to do. Is this at 0? Can you confirm that this is at 0? Yes. Here's what I'd like you to do. Can you type in the last 4 digits of your phone number?
My phone number.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Perfect, and we're going to hit the X for times right over here, and I want you to just point to, does anybody remember their childhood growing up house number? Do you remember your house number? Here we go, I'm going to come to you, you sit tight for 1 second. Here's what I want you to do, just type in your house number for me. Perfect, and can you hit the X for times? Perfect. Yep, just extra times. And I need somebody's credit card number. Student loans. All right. Can you? Does anybody here have any number, a year that means something to them? A year, anything like that? Important year. You have an important year. Can you go ahead and type that in for me? And can you hit the equals for me? Perfect. I didn't touch it. No? Here's what I'm going to do, ma'am. Can you do me a big favor? I'm going to ask you to come stand on up for me. And I'm not going to touch this, but I'd like you to grab this marker for me. Careful, Sharpie. And I want you to really big, I would like you to write that out for me. Write out the numbers. Yes. Perfect. And who typed in our first number? You typed in our first number. You can grab a seat for me, ma'am. Thank you. Here's what we're going to do. Our first number was from you. It was your phone number. There's a lot of guys here, so we don't have to say it out loud. And our second person was Penny, my friend Penny in the back, who I missed from 2 years ago. It was great seeing you. You typed in your house number, and growing up, where did you grow up? Buffalo, New York. And last but not least, you typed in a year. And what was the year?
1974.
1974. And what was in 1974?
Well, we bought a house, I had a child, I got my master's. Anything else?
Big year. It was a big year. Watch, while this number looks really random, it's actually not random at all. This 6
Big.
stands for June. Today is the 16th. And actually, if you look at this and you reverse it, year 2015. Can you guys give her a big round of applause?
Hi, everybody.
Vinny, what do you do for a living?
I used to work for a living.
You used to work for a living, yeah. It's weird how that works. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Now, ma'am, as a police officer, yes, in East Brunswick, New Jersey, what do you think the most commonly stolen item off somebody's body was? Was it perhaps their wristwatch? This one's on pretty tight. What do you think the most commonly stolen item was?
I think their purse. What do you mean on their body?
Yeah, on their body. What do you think is stolen? Purse is a good. Purse counts. Ring. Anybody else? Any suggestions? They did a poll in NYPD recently. I know the answer. Phone. Somebody said phone. That's a good one. I did this. I asked a group of kids this the other day, and this kid told me eyeballs. I'm going to show you right now what the most commonly stolen item of Vinny. I need your help. Do you have anything in your front left pocket? You do. Here's what we're going to do. Can you hold this with your left hand? And I'm going to ask you to place that in your front left pocket. Go ahead. Can you give this a good tuck? Perfect. This one's all you. You're going in your pocket by yourself. Here you go. And give it one more good push. Push it all the way in. Perfect. Perfect. Here's what we're going to do. Now, hands up. You can just relax for 1 second. Ma'am, I'm going to ask you to hold on. Jean, you're going to hold on to this. Here we go. I'm going to hold on to this. Now, you don't need to hold on to anything. I'm just going to move your arm right here, and we're going to show everybody what the most commonly stolen item is now. Ready? We're going to pull on the count of 3. Ready? We go. Pull real hard. We go. 1, 2, 3, and pull. Give them a big round. you guys fake met? Here! In Sagerville, New Jersey. And you saw this young woman. And when was this? When did you guys meet?
Oh, every week.
You meet every week. Would you look at the time? And what was your first thought when you met this fine young woman? What was your first thought? She's so...
I say you're beautiful.
You're so beautiful. Everybody says, aww. And your first thought when you saw this fine, young, olive-skinned gentleman was?
I said he's a good churchgoer. I did see him in church.
He's a good churchgoer. Okay. All right. What was the first thing you noticed about him? That he's so handsome, and everybody says, aww. You see, I brought along something really, really special today. I brought along the relationship testing device. A deck of cards, split in half. Move over. Just like the cards, they are separated by a great distance. How long have you guys fake been together?
No, you go too far.
About 4 hours.
4 hours, oh my gosh. Your heart must be breaking. And you see, I understand that Joe used to write you a lot of love poems, isn't that correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Joe, can you tell us a little bit of the love poem? The love poem. Do you know roses are red, violets are blue? Did you write this fine young woman love poems? Yes, yes. Can you tell us a little bit of one? She's beautiful, yes, yes, we got that. All right, here's the... Joe, I'm going to ask you to hold up your hands. Hold up one finger. Nice churchgoer, huh?
What you want?
Your choice, sir. Free country.
What is?
That's... Whichever finger you want, sir. First of all, I'm going to go with this one's great. Here's what we're going to do. Now we have half a deck of cards for you. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to flip them down, touch the top of anyone that you'd like, okay? Here, you want this one right here? There's plenty of fish in the sea. Would you like to change your mind? He said no. Flattered. Here we go. You can have this top one placed against your chest. Don't look at it just yet. Or your stomach. Placed against your stomach just like this. And I'm almost scared to ask. Hold up one hand. Hold up one hand. Hold up one finger. Look how easy that was.
She's sharp.
She's good at following directions. Half a deck of cards for you, ma'am. I'd like you to touch the top of anyone that you'd like, okay? Plenty of fish in the sea. Would you like to change your mind? She said no. Which one is this one right here? This one. This one, here we go. Watch, we're going to do this nice and slow. I want you to place this against your stomach. Don't take a look at it just yet. Here we go. Can you come take one step towards me? Take one step towards me. Stand shoulder by shoulder. Who knows? I know. On the count of 3, we're going to flip these over. Hopefully, if we did this right, we have a perfect match. If not, I'm blaming it on Joe. We're going to count to 3. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, flip them over. Put them together so we have one giant card. Maybe so they can see also. We have one perfect match. Why don't we show them so they can see? Everybody gives them a big round of applause.